woke relatives. What do? Especially if you're based like me. It's tough to navigate. I got to be honest. We're just wrapping up with Thanksgiving Day weekend. As you can see, we've got some of our Christmas decorations are already out, and I've spent a little more time with extended family than I normally do. I actually went out to dinner with my brother Frank so I could sign my graphic novel, which, as many of you know if you've been following me, is about woke indoctrination in our schools, and kind of takes a funny take on the whole thing. And even though my brother doesn't agree with the message, he still is supportive of me and wanted a signed copy. But it's interesting that his 19-year-old son, who wasn't at dinner, who's very woke, not only is not going to read the book, but does not even want the book in the house. Now, normally you'd think, well, doesn't this offend you? Well, no, actually, it totally fascinates me that this is one of the fascinating manifestations of woke. We look at woke as an ideology, as a set of ideas, but really the way it manifests itself and the way it's practiced is more like a religion. When my parents, who are devoutly Catholic, my late parents, they looked at the Gospels as coming from God, and they didn't really critically look at them the way they looked at other pieces of information. And it's fascinating that we see this with the woke as well, that these ideas, that this worldview is the only worldview that you could possibly have. And anyone who doesn't have this specific set of ideas is some kind of heretic. The other fascinating thing is kind of the superstition portion of woke. Why don't you want my book in the house? You can't even stand to have the book in the house, which is fascinating because when I was researching the book and I was watching videos of lectures and different interviews with different academics who had come face to face with woke, it's fascinating that a lot of these woke students didn't want to have the debates on the college campus. They wanted to leave the college campus and have the debate there because, they didn't want to talk about this stuff on sacred ground, that it would, soil the sacred ground somehow or something. So it is fascinating how it is very much a religion to these guys. And I think as we push against this and as we try to undo the woke influence on our education system, we have to keep that in mind, that it isn't some set of ideas that they've accepted. It isn't some ideology that they've been talked into. It is a religion that they're entirely committed to. And that's kind of a different animal than talking people my brother's age out of some of the woke leanings that they have. Because with them, it is kind of like ideology. But with the young, it is very much a religion. I think another disturbing thing is that another way in which woke is like religion is in its beliefs that are pretty much taken on faith. You look at that banner that I've talked about in other videos that you've seen online that talks about queers standing with Palestine, that if queers or gays or the trans ever went to Palestine or any Arab country, they would be killed immediately. And you wonder, how do we get to this point? How do they get so insulated from reality that they could actually believe such a thing? And I think that we need to be very understanding of our children that have been indoctrinated in this way. But I don't have all the answers. I wish I did. But I want you to go into the comments below and tell me ideas that you have on trying to pull kids away from this indoctrination. What ideas do you have that can get them off of this, out of this religion, out of this cult, and into the reality that we all enjoy? So I wish you the best during this holiday season, and I'll talk to you again soon.